Well, hi folks, and welcome back to my play-by-email game of Strategic Command. Now, at the end of the last turn, I had managed to destroy the unit in Paris, but was unable to move any units in. I'm desperately hoping Taxman hasn't managed to pull some clever trick and prevent me from taking Paris this turn. Let's hope so. So let's see what moves he made this turn. So, yeah, of course he's going to go after my weak armor. Yeah, I think we're going to lose that, maybe. Depends if his air power's available. Nice. Okay, so fighting back against the French Navy. He really is using the French Navy to its utmost here, isn't he? Yeah, he really is. Oh! Okay, yeah. Filling in troops towards to defend Paris as much as possible. That's just done some damage to Tobruk. I will be glad when the French Navy is no more. Okay. So, Syracuse port was damaged from shore bombardment, as we saw. British morale is boosted by the Destroyers for Bases agreement. Malta hinders Axis supply in the Mediterranean. Okay, we have a decision to make. So Romania is under pressure to settle its territorial disputes with its neighbours. Hungary demands northern Transylvania and Bulgaria claims southern Dobruja. We could intervene to force Romania to hand over the territories demanded by Hungary and Bulgaria. And this will encourage Hungary and Bulgaria to join the Axis sooner than they might have done. Would you like to enforce a settlement of Romania's territorial disputes in favour of Hungary and Bulgaria? Let's just have a quick look at the notes on this. So if you say yes, then Romania will lose northern Transylvania and southern Dobruja from the end of August 1940. Well, it's the 1st of September 1940 now, so it'll happen immediately, I guess. King Carol II will be forced to abdicate as Antonescu takes power, and in January 41, Antonescu will crush the Iron Guards rebellion. So if you say yes, then Romania will still join the Axis, but it will join later than it would have done. By saying no to this, Romania retains its territorial integrity and may join the Axis slightly earlier, though the war entrance of Hungary and Bulgaria may be slightly delayed. This is a tough one. I really want all three of these to join the Axis as soon as possible, and this is putting me in the position where I can't have everything at once. Hungary's got some really good units, and I really don't want them delayed. Romania's not bad either. So I'm actually going to say yes. Romania will join later than it would have done. I'm just going to have to see how much later that will be. So I'm going to take a risk and say yes. And we will see what happens. So Hungary obtains northern Transylvania from Romania. And Bulgaria obtains parts of southern Dobruja from Romania. Okay, so we've got some new units. We've got a battleship and we've got an HQ. So I think this is the last of our naval new units this year, I think. We'll double check soon. So I would like to put it into a port, so I will just move that unit up. Can I put it into that port? No, it has to be this port. Okay. Okay, so I'll move that cruiser out, go back to new units, and yeah, place the battleship in port. I will place my HQ over towards the eastern front. I don't need it. I really don't need it over here, I don't think. I'll probably try and take 2 HQs for Operation Sea Lion and 1 for the invasion of Yugoslavia. So I think I'm going to place the HQ over here for now. I'll place it there for now. Okay, just check it on our sub in the off the coast of Portugal. That's looking okay still. And yeah, so it's getting a bit antsy up here with all of the French Navy, but you'll notice it's not using any of the Royal Naval units at all. And I don't know where they are, so I'm not going to get drawn out. I'm just going to bring this sub back to port and leave it there. This sub I will reinforce and leave it there. Yeah, I think that's all I need to do. So that's looking good. Yeah, I think this, the Admiral Shear here, was that the one I got as a reinforcement or a new unit last turn? So yeah, its morale is up to 95% now and readiness 97, so that's good. Okay, let's go to the Western Front and let's see if we can get into Paris this time. So the Paris unit here should have no entrenchment, which should make it relatively easy to take. My air units are fairly weak, which isn't good, and my armor units have been severely weakened. I can't get this armor down to this side of Paris unless I manage, well, even if I manage to destroy that core, the zone of control of the unit here will probably stop me bringing my armor next to it. So that's, I don't think that's an option. Yeah, I think I'm just going to have to start going for it. So I need to, where's my strongest tactical bomber? And let's hope his air power isn't going to do me too much damage. I've got full strength fighters for escorts, so let's start our work on Paris. No air power intercepting, that is interesting. Yeah, I'm just going to go for it. Great, that takes the unit in Paris down to 6. We'll get that down to 4. Now, this armor unit will probably be able to destroy it 2 strikes at strength 4, so I'm just going to go for it. Ouch. In fact, what I'm going to do is swap it because I don't want any possibility that that unit will get destroyed. So we'll take Paris with that final strike there. And I can move into Paris with this army. Fantastic. At long last, Paris is ours. I'm going to keep on just attacking his units. I'm hoping that this will mean France will fall, but there is a possibility, I believe, that the government may move down to Bordeaux. So I really need to destroy as many of his units as possible to avoid that possibility happening. So let's just do that. Just not enough there. Let's do that. We can take that one down to 1. And we'll move that corps into Chalon. I'm going to move this army forward to here. And we'll take out that French army. Bring that army forward. I've got 1 strike here. Yep, let's go for it. Yeah, I'm just going to try, because this gives experience to all of the units that are doing the attacking here. So it's good for any future attacks that I need to do. More experienced units are better. So this army hasn't done anything yet. I think I might just work on destroying this unit, the unit in Reims, and see if I can take Reims, which would be very useful. So I haven't got anything left with those. I've still got one strike with this armoured unit, so heck, I'm going to go for it. 150 national morale bonus, which is good, and we'll move that army into Reims. Okay, so what can we do here? This unit is already low on supply. Let's do some work on this core. Yeah, I don't want to do a power drop with that unit. Yeah, I think we'll just do a swap on these two. Ah, and he can't attack. All right, well, I'll bring my armor over to here. Take out the unit in ruin. That's how you pronounce it. I don't think it is. We'll bring that unit there, and we'll move forward to Caen. And I've got another strike here. We'll do 3 off of that core. Heck, well, I'm kind of enjoying this. This is nice to finally be really destroying his units at long last. Let's just move down a little bit here. What haven't I done? This one has still got a strike, but I'm not going to waste it against an anti-tank unit and lose 2 strength on my own. And he can't move anywhere, so I'm just going to have to leave him. Okay, yeah, my tactical bombers have all been used. Yeah. I think I'm going to... What upgrades have I got? Is it just naval weaponry? I think... I'm not going to do that just at the moment. I think what I'm going to do is just reinforce them. And we'll do the upgrades, I think, next turn. With the naval weaponry, they will be very good when we commence our battle with the Royal Navy. Okay, what about this unit here? Let's just bring it all the way forward. Yeah, I'm just not 100% certain that France is definitely going to fall. It should do. So let's work on the assumption that it might not. Going to bring that HQ forward to there. Bring the parachute unit down. Just bring that HQ there. Move the army across. I'm just trying to get a kind of a decent line here. And I'll bring that one down there. Okay, so can we take any towns? The more towns we take, the better. Yeah, so I'm going to bring the army down there. Bring the HQ down to Nancy. And there's no point. I'm really not bothered about that unit in Metz. It's too heavily entrenched, and I'm not going to take a chance of losing any more strength points on these units. Even though it says 0-0, as I said before, I've oftentimes seen the attacker take 1 damage in those circumstances, far more often than you will see an occasional defender lose a strength point when it says 0-0. I'm not going to move these units forward because I will be looking to move them over to the Eastern Front. So I'm actually going to do that right now with some of them. Well, in actual fact, it's for the attack on Yugoslavia. So let's just get them moving across. And I'm going to force march them. I think I'll just move the 3 for now. And we'll leave those units surrounding Metz. Let's just consolidate our air position a little bit. By bringing these air units forward, and I'm going to keep them well away from the coast so that he has no idea where they are. And this core all the way back here we'll bring forward to there. Okay. Yeah, I don't think there's anything more I want to do with the Germans there. think that's... Let's just move that forward. I think that's probably quite good. I'm happy enough with that. Not delighted, but happy enough. Down here, I think I'm going to start bringing the Italians back. They are already, all the ones that can be, are already reinforced. I'm just going to leave that corps there, but these two are greatly overextended. So I think I'm just going to start bringing them back. Yeah, I could move forward and take these towns, but they have no supply value, and I really do think France is going to fall. So let's just work on that assumption. Leave the HQ there. Going to leave that butted up against the unit in Marseille, because he did move a corps down into Marseille after I took the garrison out there. I'm not going to attack it because it's 0-0. But I might just bring this unit back. And I'm going to bring the HQ up to Milan. Again, moving these units, starting to move these units over for an attack on Yugoslavia. Okay, so let's just have a look at North Africa. What have we got going on here? So I think he did. I don't think he actually did any damage to Brooks Supply. I don't think there's anything I need to do over here. I'm kind of waiting over here for, there is a point, I can't remember when it is, but the Germans do bring the Africa Corps over. And I really don't want to start trying to move forward and attack into Egypt until I've got the Africa Corps supporting me. So I'm going to kind of just leave these sitting here in a defensive position and wait until the Africa Corps arrives, I think. That's kind of my plan at the moment. These two units, I'm actually just going to shuffle this one in here so I can hopefully reinforce it next turn, and I'll also do the infantry upgrades on those next turn. Well, I'll reinforce this one next turn and then do the infantry upgrade the turn after. I think that's it for Italy. Italy's got 137 MPP, so let's have a quick look at Italian research. Long-range aircraft. So I think research is really critical for Italy and its effectiveness. So where to spend? I've got 137. I need to kind of work on some of these. Amphibious warfare is really necessary if I want to attack Malta. And I don't know if I'm actually going to do that. Malta is an extremely difficult nut to crack in this game. So, industrial technology, this is mobilization for war and the transformation of economies. It's a net effect of increasing the per turn collection of MPPs. That's probably a good one to invest in. And I think that's probably what I'm going to do. Yeah, let's get Italy on more of an industrial footing. Okay, let's have a look at Germany. We've got a lot of items that are still on the precipice of coming through. So we've got advanced subs, infantry weapons, command and control, naval warfare, etc., etc. So quite a lot to come through. Got 300 MPP. I think I want to actually spend some of my MPPs this time on purchasing units. So I think I'm going to, having maxed out my subs, I'm going to start working on my armor. So let's have a look at the tanks. And let's see if we can bring in a tank unit. We can't get it with the mobility, but I'm going to purchase it without and add mobility later. Okay, that takes Germany down to 40 MPP. Now, my opponent Taxman did point out to me that he spotted me getting Romania last turn. I had a diplomatic success where Romania moved towards the Axis by 10%. And he said that because Hungary, Romania and Bulgaria all join the Axis, regardless of your diplomatic efforts, it's really not worth applying diplomatic cost to those three countries. So it would seem that my spending 100 MPP on Hungary and 100 MPP on Romania has been a waste. And so another lesson learned, I think. I don't think you get any money back if you reduce those. It just lets me take it off. And I bet if I try and add it back on, yeah, it doesn't let me. So, oh boy, okay. So I was wondering if I actually reduce that, whether I'd get a refund, maybe 25 MPP back, but no, you don't. It doesn't even give you a warning. Fantastic. Okay. So anyway, a lesson learned. If you are playing as the Axis in this game, I would say the recommendation is don't bother spending money on diplomacy with Romania, Hungary, and Bulgaria. Anyway, I think that's the end of my turn, folks. Let's hit the end of turn and see what happens. Okay, the loss of Paris impacts British national morale. French morale suffers from the fall of Paris. What about France falling? Come on, please. Okay, a decision to make. With French morale low and their military soundly defeated, the newly appointed Prime Minister, Marshal Pétain, is willing to sign an armistice with us. Terms of the armistice dictate that we will occupy northern France, while the French government will continue to operate from Vichy in southern France. Pétain has also agreed to maintain internal order and defend the remaining French territories, including French possessions in North Africa, from Allied assault. Alternatively, if we don't wish to sign an armistice with France, Mussolini assures us that his forces can easily crush the remaining French defenders in Tunis and Algiers. Should we therefore sign an armistice with Pétain and create Vichy France, or continue our invasion until all of France, including Algiers, is in our hands? I'm actually going to say yes. I want Vichy France to be created. That also means that down in North Africa, that's why I moved my Italian units, or all of my Italian units, east, because that Vichy will control the western side and means there'll be no risk of the French attacking the western side of the Italian units down there, if that makes any sense. Anyway, so I'm going to say yes. Is that correct? Yeah. Is it yes? Where's the yes bit in here? Yes. Okay. So create Vichy France. Yes. Okay. France surrenders. Thank goodness for that. At long last. Wow. Germany plunders 1,242 MPP. Okay. Another decision. Having captured northern France, we now have access to the important naval base of Saint-Nazaire. Nazaire? This could be a very useful base for launching new naval units, but it will require some investment in order to prepare it for use. The estimated cost of refitting the port is 50 MPPs, at 10 MPPs a turn for 5 turns. Would you like to invest in upgrading the port of Saint-Nazaire so that we can launch new naval units from there? At that cost, absolutely yes. So Germany upgrades the naval base at Saint-Nazaire. Okay, Germany occupies the Channel Islands. Fantastic. And the Third Republic is abolished as Marshal Pétain becomes head of the Vichy French state. And Algeria declares loyalty to Vichy France. And Tunisian governor declares his loyalty to Vichy France. So it's really is those two countries declaring loyalty to Vichy France, which provides me with safety on the western side. Syria declares loyalty to Vichy France. And Franco swings towards the Axis on the fall of France. Okay, and Germany annexes the Alsace. Or is it the Alsace? US Lend-Lease to the UK begins. And Allied raiders continue to disrupt my Norway to Germany convoy. And King Carol II is forced to abdicate, and Michael I replaces him on the throne. Victorious German troops march in Paris. And Spanish forces enter the International Protectorate of Tangier. The fall of France enables Spain to export wolfram and other goods to Germany. And the UK prepares for possible Axis invasion. Admiral Canaris and Air General Wolfram von Richthofen visit Spain. Germany develops industrial technology level 1. Excellent. Italy develops long-range aircraft level 1. Fantastic. And we collect another 514 MPP, and Italy collects 106. And look at that, Germany now has 1,796 MPP. We'll do some spending next turn, that's for sure. Well, that's it, folks. That was a long haul with some very bad pronunciations by me, so I apologize for that. Anyway, that's the end of this episode. I hope you're enjoying this series. Please give me a thumbs up. That really helps me out. Please subscribe. Check out my Patreon page. Thank you very much for watching, folks. Take care. Bye-bye.